what is Beyond Sapiens and what is it that it does? So Beyond Sapiens is a movement to democratize consciousness expansion by bringing connection, healing, and awakening to as many people as possible. The name Beyond Sapiens actually came to me a little over 3 years ago. I was in a very difficult moment of my life. I was lost. I really didn't know what to do with my life. And at the time, I was thinking, maybe I should create a company. And so while thinking about this company, the name Beyond Sapiens came to me. And so fast forward to today, in the last 3 years, I tried to build a company called Beyond Sapiens. But no matter what I did, together with my business partner, things didn't work. I can tell you, I have worked so much. I've had great mentors, great connections, great contacts, done a great work, but still things didn't really click. Why? Because Beyond Sapiens was never supposed to be a company, but it was always supposed to be a movement. But initially, it needed to be a company. Because what I can tell you is, more than 3 years ago, I was not into spirituality. No, I was not meditating, I was not doing anything about this. I really didn't care. I thought, yeah, this is just woo-woo stuff. But then what happened, as I was building Beyond Sapiens, I had a Kundalini awakening, which I will go deeper into other videos. But basically, I was already into meditation and breathing after creating Beyond Sapiens. But then as I was creating Beyond Sapiens, I had this awakening that just revolutionized my life, and it's still doing so. And I didn't know what to do with it, because I'm like, no, I should create a business, Yeah, maybe I can bring a little spiritual element in the business, but yeah, I have to create a business. But then again, as I went deeper and deeper with the layers of healing and of understanding and of looking for answers, and not searching for the answers, but like waiting for answers to come through me, then I understood the truth. And so that is why I decided to let go completely of the company and just transforming Beyond Sapiens into a movement. Why? Because I believe the most important thing there is consciousness. Because we are consciousness. Everything is consciousness. And so when we do things, when we operate in this physical planet without thinking that we are consciousness, or we are doing so from a lower level of consciousness, a consciousness where the normal energy flowing through us as a collective is more an energy of fear, of separation, of pride, of competition. And so we as a collective are not vibrating at a high energy all the time. And those would be the frequencies of love, of oneness. And is it possible to stay there 24/7? I don't know, maybe. But the great masters that came before us, for example, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Yogananda, and many others, they were vibrating most of the times at very, very high levels. And their consciousness level was contributing to increase the collective level of consciousness. And so the point here is, we don't need to be monks or saints necessarily to contribute to raising collective consciousness, but we can do it with whatever it is that we're doing. We can do it on our day-to-day job. We can do it with just by walking at a park, because what matters is, what energy are you embodying? What level of consciousness are you embodying? And so if you are embodying a higher level of consciousness, then everything you touch and everyone you interact with will receive that as a beautiful gift that will simultaneously uplift their consciousness. And so the whole point of Beyond Sapiens is, we are the ones, you are the one listening, that we can do something to change the world. And that doesn't mean necessarily by building companies that change the world. That is one way, or by building NGOs that change the world. That's another way. Or by helping your neighbors. That's another way. But the way is just creating a collective of people, of individuals, of beautiful expression of consciousness that we all are, that want to contribute to elevating the collective energy. And so how do we do it? It's very simple. All we have to focus on is to increase our level of consciousness. That's it. And so how do we increase our level of consciousness? We do it by going deep within ourselves. We do it by healing our wounds. We do it by looking at our shadow with compassion, with deep understanding, and we take its hand and walk with it to transmute it into light. And so we do it by forgiving ourselves, forgiving everyone that has harmed us. And we do it through compassion, through gratitude, and by bringing love around us. And so with Beyond Sapiens, I want Beyond Sapiens to be a vessel for this change. It's a quantum change that is already happening at large. More and more and more people are currently going through a spiritual awakening, even if they were not looking for it, just like it happened to me. Why? Because that is what consciousness needs. Consciousness needs to expand. Consciousness needs to evolve. And it needs people like us that with humility and humbleness are doing what they can to embody a higher level of consciousness to contribute to the collective. And so if we embark on this journey individually and together, then I believe we can truly change the world from within by elevating its consciousness. And that is also what I believe will change everything. Because once we do things from a frame of love, of compassion, of abundance, and of deep care for everything and everyone, then how can things be bad? Things can only be good. So there's still a long way, honestly, to go for it. But the only way forward is the way within.